Hi guys, it's just Anna and welcome to my February wrap-up. I'm very late with this wrap-up. I've been really busy and I haven't had the time to film my wrap-up, but here it is. I didn't read many books in February. I read like 2 books and 1 novella, but I will share them anyways. And at the end of the video, I'll be sharing the 2 books I bought in February, so stay tuned for that. If you couldn't tell, I have a new edition behind me. These aren't all the books I own. I have more books, but I just put the prettiest right here with me. The first book I read in February was Amy and Roger's Epic Detour, and I have a review on this on my Spanish channel, and I really enjoyed this book. I think Morgan Matson does an incredible job at keeping you entertained with the storyline, and I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars, and I thought it was unbelievable, and I just loved Amy and Roger's story, and I just overall gushing about this book. I just couldn't stop smiling, and all the characters in this book were just really fun to read about. The only thing that prevented me from giving it a 5 stars was the end, because I would have loved to know more at the end. The next book I read in February was Divergent by Veronica Roth, and I loved this book. I'm so glad I read it because I already saw the movie before I read the book, and I'm so glad I read this after, because I wouldn't have liked the movie if I had read the book first. And I'm so glad I didn't, because now I love the book and I love the movie, and there's just so many great things that weren't in the movie, like Uriah, and I just would have loved to see that all in the movie. But I know they can't put everything in the movie. So this book, man, this book was amazing. I was fangirling 24/7, couldn't stop reading. I finished this really fast, and I just loved Trista's character. I loved Tobias. I loved every single character in this. Not loved, like I didn't like Peter and I didn't like Eric, and there's a lot of people I didn't like, but I just think Veronica Roth, for this to be her debut novel, I'm impressed. Like how did she come up with this world as her debut novel? It's amazing. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars, and I cannot wait for Insurgent to come out. Yes! The next thing I read was a novella from the Selection Trilogy, and that was The Prince by Kira Cass. And this novella was absolutely adorable. I loved reading from Maxon's point of view. I loved seeing more of his world and more of how he's feeling about this and his family, and it was just an incredible novella. If you don't know, this is the prequel to the Selection Trilogy, so if you have read this novella, please comment down below what you loved, because I loved it. I loved this, and I can't wait for the air May 5th. Ah. So those are all the things I read in February. I know I didn't read a lot, but I was kind of in a slow little reading slump, and I was catching up on some series and movies. But oh well, March is here and I'm going to read a lot. Now I'm going to share the books I bought in February. So the first book I bought, well, my mom gave to me because she bought it for me, but it's City of Heavenly Fire. I finally have it. Yes! City of Heavenly Fire, it's in my hands and I can't believe I have it. It's huge. It's huge. I mean, this is, I cannot wait to read this, but everyone has told me that I have to read the Infernal Devices trilogy before I read City of Heavenly Fire. So I think I'm gonna do that, and I'm just so excited to see how everything comes together and ends, and I have it in my hands. The next book I bought was a Spanish book, and it's called Cuando un hombre se enamora, When a Man Falls in Love by Catherine Ashe. And this is like a historical fiction romance, and I'm really into historical fiction romance. I love them. Everything that's published by this editorial, like this publisher, is really good. So I'm really excited to read this. I'm not really sure what it's about. I keep forgetting what it's about. But I read the back and it looks really good. And I'm really glad I got this. Those are all the books I read and bought in February. Comment down below what you guys read in February, and if anything that I mentioned here you have read, I would love to know. And I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye! But it was kind of expensive, but it was worth it.